up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and this is your Real Housewives of Potomac review. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Ooh, this weekend it was relaxing. It did what it needed to do. This weekend did what it needed to do. Hold on, let's see. Okay, I'll make sure I got everything right. The episode was boring. I'm glad it's over. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'm glad that the Real Housewives of Potomac is over the season, and I'll be happy. I don't know how many parts the reunion is going to be. Hopefully it's only 2 parts. I don't know why they're making these reunion 4 parts and like filling in things like that we don't really care about. Like, I don't know. Hopefully it's only 2 parts. We'll see. They haven't said it. We saw the trailer. Nicki Minaj shows up. They said she asked a lot of good questions, so we'll see. They start off with Ray and Karen. Karen says she wants to be an example for the other women. Every time I hear the words soldier up when Karen and Ray talk about their relationship, it makes me want to throw up. Every time I hear it. And I thought it was hilarious when Ray was like, "What's tomorrow?" He was like, "Wait, tomorrow? What's tomorrow?" I was like, "Yes, Ray. You better act like you don't know what's going on. You better act like you had Alzheimer's." So Rob and Juan go out with trashly and predatory behavior. And they say he cares about Juan. They show this montage of this reciprocal relationship that Juan and this predator have with one another. I'm not sure, as a coach of a well-known basketball team, I don't know why you would want to be hanging around with a predator, but I guess that's just what men do. Rather not be around the other people. I have a long memory. That's what he said. He said that to what's his name earlier. I don't like when people say things about my wife, and it's weird because it's like, as a husband, you don't like when people say things about Ashley, but Chris is supposed to be okay with the way that you talk about Candiace. Interesting. Um, isn't he living off his wife? How does she pay him? Isn't Ashley living off of you? How does she get paid? I don't understand. And then Robyn said it just seems like, and then he mentions Candiace being on her mother's payroll. It's like, I don't understand, like when Gizelle said we don't talk about mothers, when Dottie has been the butt of all of the insults directed to Candiace. She's been the butt of those insults. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. He says, isn't she on her mother's payroll? And then Robyn says that he has this elitist attitude when it comes to Candiace and Chris. And I agree. I just don't understand where all this room is coming for him. Like even with Gizelle at the wedding anniversary vow renewal, these open arms that they have for Michael, it is so strange to me. I don't understand, how do they make space for someone who likes to put their hands on people without their permission? I just don't understand it. And maybe they feel like they're not in danger because, or he's a threat at all because his target is men, particularly black men. So I don't know if he's, if that's what makes the women feel some level of comfort. But the open arms, the smiling and the laughing, there would be no room for that for him. I just don't understand that. That's something that I will never understand it. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. It's easy for you to say we worked together, he wasn't around. Oh yeah, Ashley asked about Robyn having a baby. So apparently Juan does not like how it looks, right? So we live in a society where it does not really particularly matter what the husband does. The woman is supposed to, or the people around are supposed to protect his legacy at all costs. And part of that is making sure that they look good even when they weren't operating from the best place. So Robyn has said over and over and over and over again that Juan was not present when the boys were infants. He didn't change a diaper. He wasn't there. He was doing his own thing. And he doesn't like the way that sounds. He says it makes him seem like he wasn't a good dad. Well, you weren't a good dad. And like I tell people all the time, if you don't like the way somebody retells a story, you should have played a different role. I'm not going to change the story to protect your image because you don't want people to know that you weren't the best dad when your sons were infants. You're a good dad now. Great, kudos, here's a cookie. But in the beginning, you weren't. And Robyn has some trepidations about having another baby. That wouldn't even be close to one of the reasons I have trepidations. It would just be I'm in my early 40s trying to have a baby to satisfy some weird fetish that Juan has because he wants a daughter that looks like Robyn. I'm not fulfilling those dreams for you. I'm sorry, especially knowing that when these boys were little, you were not present. And he doesn't like that. He doesn't want to hear that, and he wants to walk away. The bottom line is you should have played a different role. If you don't like the way the story is being retold, be mindful of the role you play in people's life, because one day they're going to tell the story. And here we are listening to Robyn tell the story of when her children were little and you weren't present and you don't want to hear it. And for some odd reason, you believe she's supposed to protect your image in that. And you don't want anybody to know that. And you get upset and you walk away like a child. No. I love that Robyn asked Michael, do your kids, when you go pick your kids up from school, do they ask, are you his grandfather? They will. They will. Trust me. They will. Candiace signs her deal, her music deal. She's very happy. She has her mom there. She has Chris there. She's really excited. You know, everybody is excited about Candiace with her music. It seems like it was very serious. It was a good project. A lot of people who don't even listen to the type of music that Candiace put out was like, you know, she really put out a good project. This is like one of the most serious projects from a housewife that we've seen ever, honestly. You know, excluding Candy with Escape, but everyone else, everybody's records were really parodies of something that happened on the show, right? Even down to Tardy for the Party, right? It's just a parody. Countess Luann, all her songs are just parodies of things that she says. Candiace really had a solid project and is doing very well, and we're proud. Everybody's proud of her. Robyn, she has her new space for her embellishment hats. Embellished, is that what it's called? Or embellishment? I don't know, something. So she has her new space, and then she said something about the Dixon dwelling. I don't know. You guys got crazy with Chateau Charest, Moore Manor. Who else? Who else has names for their Lake Bailey, and you want to call this the Dixon dwelling? I guess. Before the baby, things happened before. You haven't changed the diaper. And he was like, people grow. You make me out to be a dickhead. You keep bringing it up. And then she's saying it's not that serious in order to kind of like diffuse his, his little outburst, his little tantrum that he's having. But the real matter at hand is that this is the truth, and you have to face the truth. You can't keep running away from the truth. Why don't you confront the truth and say, hey, you know what? I'm sorry, Robyn. I'm sorry that I was not there. That really hurts me when you bring it up, because and it's not just Robyn bringing it up, what you're hurt by is that you actually performed these actions that doesn't look good 10 years later. And now you don't want to hear about them. He leaves out. He walks out and she runs after him. It's not that serious. No, Robyn, it is that serious. You're trying to downplay it because he's throwing a tantrum. But it is that serious because you bring it up every single time. So it's very serious because I don't think anyone is going to be like, oh my God, you're being unreasonable to try to figure out if this man is going to be present for this child that he wants to fetishize. I don't know. So I think it is serious. I'm not the same dude. When they were infants, he was like, I take pride. So if you take pride, are you not proud of how you were before? Then you need to stand in that and take accountability and say, you know what? No, you're right. I wasn't there and it really fucks with me and I don't like to hear it and I want to walk away. But those were the choices that I made and I promise, or I will try my best or whatever the hell it has to be. But standing up and walking away, I wouldn't give you shit. That's the other thing. You women out here giving men babies, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? When I hear that, it makes me sick to my stomach. You're going to put your body through all of that for what? For what? I'm good. Can't have a simple conversation. We have more things to worry about. Honestly, like if I'm trying to have just a talk with you about, like, you can't just wait till the baby gets here and then try to figure out how to navigate. You have to consciously have this child, right? Because clearly you unconsciously had children before to the point where you were absent, right? In their infancy, right? And now you take this pride, but now you don't want to hear about it. You don't want to hear when you weren't at your best. I wouldn't give you shit, let alone another human. Ray and Karen, their wedding little thing at the little, it was looking real shoddy on the outside. It was looking real warehousey, real industrial on the outside. That's what it was giving. On the inside, it looked I thought it was bigger. It looked really small. They had to walk upstairs. It was just very awkward. They had to walk upstairs to get to the bar. The space was not working. It was no flow for me. They had to walk upstairs. Gizelle had on a tennis shoe with her other shoe. It just was a mess. And then we see that Gordon and Dottie finally meet. He gives her a compliment saying that her and Candiace looks like sisters and she just eats it up or whatever. They talked about wearing their wedding rings, how Juan never wore his wedding ring. And then I guess he gets mad again. He was like, dang, like you always making it seem like I was just like, and she does, but that's my thing is like, this is the truth. Like, why are you so uncomfortable by the truth? Nigga, play a different role if you don't like the truth. That's just my thing. I don't get these niggas. I don't get it. Macy Gray was there singing. They had to walk up the stairs. I thought it was weird that Karen had to walk up to Ray. He's like, I choose you again. And her dress was pretty. Her hair kind of reminded me of the dress, like the pattern of the dress. Her hair was pretty. I'm trying to think. But she walked up the stairs. Raven wasn't there. Macy Gray was there. The son was there. He was off to the side. Now, is that Ray's son or is that Karen's son from a previous relationship? I don't know. Anyways, Michael finally shows up. Candiace says there's nothing really wrong with Ashley, but it's more so that morally he's not good enough for her. She lays down with him, right? And I say this, here's Michael, here's Ashley. He's morally not right from her. When they lay down, they are equals. She knows who she's laying down with, right? When her mother scooted her at the front of the company doors in that big building where Michael Darby was working, and Sheila pushed Ashley in there, Heartbreakers 2.0, right? And she kicked Ashley in there and told her to go upstairs and intern for that whale so she can get to the bag. Oh, she knows what she's doing. That morality that you want to hold space for her, Candiace. Anybody who would have to sleep with that, their morals are out the window. Anybody who felt the need in order for them to survive that they had to sleep with a sexual predator, their morals are probably well in alignment with each other. Right? Michael and Gizelle give each other a hug. I don't get it. I just don't understand it. I'm sorry. I just don't get where the space is that they have for Michael Darby. I don't understand it. They sit down to eat. Juan says he wants to squash this shit. And it was weird that Gizelle was like, so when Michael and I have a problem, Michael and we work it out and we talk to it. I'm not even sure why Chris wants to be on this level with Michael to the point where he wants to reconcile. Just be cordial. And the point of being cordial, we don't even have to talk to each other. Hey man, how's it going? All right, great. Business is good, great. That's it. We don't even have to mend. There's nothing to mend. Like I don't understand it, but you know, it just brings me back to Chris being white. It's like he wants to be on this equal playing field with this other white dude in the group. They just want to be, I don't know. I don't know what the psychology is behind that. I don't know what the psychology is for any of those people who want to be in proximity to Michael Darby. I don't understand it. I really don't get it. And I don't get it. And it's, to me, I feel like where do you guys stand up? Even for the people who he assaulted while on the set. When do y'all say, you know what? As a person, as talent for this show, this man and his inability to keep his hands to himself several times in season 1, I don't feel comfortable around him. And not only I don't feel comfortable around him, I don't feel comfortable for the people who have to work around him, who have to be subjected to his deviant behavior. I don't agree with that. I don't know why anyone is accepting him with open arms, from the women on down to the husbands. Like with Chris and Michael, I figure there's the identity is there. Like, I'm a white man. I feel like that's as deep as it gets. It's like these two white men, and Chris wants to be in alignment with the other white men, no matter if he is a predator or not. I just don't understand it. I just don't get it. I don't get it. So he says, well, you know, Gizelle is an intelligent person. It's like you're sitting here insulting Chris, and Chris, you're like a fucking dumbass dog. Like, I just want to make sure we're cool. For what? He called your wife a criminal. There would be no space. There's no space for him. None at all. I have a long memory. I don't want people being mean to my wife. Robyn says, you can't act like you don't do nothing. And then he literally says, what did I do? And then Candiace gets up and she says, it's the white privilege for me. What did you say? You heard what I said. You are over here exercising white privilege where you get to be a terrorist to people and then turn around and be like, what did I do? And like really demand apologies from people where you have actually been out of order with Chris. And you're trying to get him, here we are, the white couple in the group, demanding apologies from people. I just don't get it. I don't get it. You act like you didn't do anything wrong. You should apologize. You should apologize. You put your hands on me. And then that's when Candiace was like, it's the white privilege of it all. The what? The what? You don't get it? You don't understand that you're exercising white privilege right now? You don't get that? You don't get it? To where you are really sitting here demanding somebody give your wide body wife, your milkmaid, an apology? And you were aggressive towards him last season. We saw it. We have the tape. What do you mean? What did you do? It's ridiculous. I don't necessarily have anything against you. You called him a white trash idiot. So who do you have a problem with? His black wife? Who do you have a problem with? The one that you called a criminal? And then your wife on top of that said she had a rap sheet? So what are you talking about? I don't understand. That's why I don't get the pictures with Ashley and Candiace. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Maybe it's not for me to understand. But there's no room. There's no room for any of them. They cut the cake. Yeah, it's like you don't have to take responsibility for anything. You can buy people off, you can pay people off. When she was saying that, they were showing Gizelle. I hope Gizelle doesn't lack that much integrity to accept something from a predator. I hope that's not the case, because I don't know why they were cutting to Gizelle when she was saying that. They cut the cake. Juan ends up leaving. I was very uncomfortable with them showing like Juan and Michael acting like they were leaving at the same time, kind of, alluding to that they were going someplace together. That really makes me uncomfortable. Like, I don't find anything funny about this ongoing joke between Juan and Michael. I don't find it funny at all. At all. I don't think it's funny at all. I don't find it funny, and I don't like the innuendos that the editing and the producers are making with that. I don't find it funny at all. Juan leaves, Michael's winking at him or whatever. Candiace says, Chris says, well, why did you say the thing about the white privilege? And she says, because I'm tired of these motherfuckers acting like niggas gotta bow down to them and do what they want them to do. It's literally Ashley and Michael running around all season demanding apologies out of people. And I'm with Candiace. And if you don't like it, then that says something about you too, Chris. That says something about you. You don't like it? It is white privilege that you can go through and terrorize everybody and then turn around and say, what did you do? And that you didn't do anything. And then it's also some more privilege to where everybody is actually trying to mend with Michael Darby. Mend. It's also white privilege that after assaulting more than one person on the set of the show, that he's still sitting here and allowed spaces to where you guys are really trying to become and mend with him. That's the privilege of it all. None of these, Chris Samuels, Ray Huger, Juan Dixon, whoever else, other black ass husband would have never been able to grab the rear ends of other men on this set and be allowed to show their face in the next season. That's the white privilege she's talking about, Chris. And she gets mad. Don't fucking talk to me like that. I'm tired of you. And that's the thing. Like, you have this black wife and you have this white man who's calling your black wife a criminal and saying, and then calling you an idiot and calling you white trash, and you trying to make space for this man? Where do they do that? I don't get it. Gizelle, I don't get it. I don't understand it. It would be no space. I wouldn't make no space for Michael Darby and his trash, deviant behavior. I wouldn't be able to do it. And they want you to bow down to them and always apologize. I have a long memory. Chris should have said, I have a long memory too. And you talk about my wife like she's a fucking dog. And you want to act like my wife had a machete to your wife's throat. You weren't even there. You didn't even know that your wife came into to our house multiple times after being asked to leave. In any other state, if she would have shot her, she would have been well within the law. Since y'all want to laugh and say it's not trespassing when it actually is. You're not going to gaslight the situation to make an excuse for a white woman. See, we're not going to do those. We're not going to play those games. I don't get it. Y'all can explain it to me. I don't know about. I don't know. I'm glad that this season is over, and I'm glad that we are coming into the reunion. Hopefully, it's not. Maybe it's only 3 parts. Hopefully, it's only 2. I don't know how many parts it's going to be. You guys let me know what you think of the episode. Let's get down in the comments. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Peace.